Alrighty. Okay. Alright, let's see how this one. Yay, I showed up on this one. Doc, okay. Hello, Doc. Snickerdoodle, hello. There. Okay. Yay! See the werewolf. Just scavenging for some dinner, trying to see what's warm. Nothing. I had to hurry. I had a Carrot Top. Hello. I had to. I started and I was like, "Where's my Pez?" So I went and got my Pez. So how is everyone? We'll wait for a few to come in here. You guys. I've had a lot personally going on. It's been kind of exciting around here in some ways. In other ways, I'm moving. I'm not putting up with some of this stuff. I've had a couple encounters with some paranormal shit. I have been talking and spending time with my mother. Woman still thinks she's going to be able to drive one day, and no, Mom, you're not going to get out and shop and boost the economy. Sticker's doing alright. Paranormal encounters, yeah. Yeah. One, I was not by myself, so there was actually a witness. I was like, now, how can you deny that one? And I'll tell you about it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna move. I ain't putting up with this crap. It's starting to throw my things. The old lady's getting a little pissy. What is that demon you said your uncle sent after you? I never had an uncle send a demon after me. I can't even tell if there's how many people's in the room because of my thingy. But I think as long as honestly, I think as long as my OBS is going, I don't think that isn't what I wanted. I don't think it matters what my YouTube is doing. So, Sam Rockwell, hello. I remember you said you had a family that sent a demon after you once. It wasn't my uncle. Oh, Captain Howdy. Hey. That's who you are. Okay, awesome. Awesome. As you can tell, I ain't got my green screen right. I wouldn't. Todd B, hello. Les, I thought you were crushed by a domino pyramid. Almost. Nah. Not yet. Les, how in the heck are you gonna be moving? You just got there. Well, once I tell you what's going on, yeah. I'm out here. Don't know where I go. I see you got new pet behind you. Yeah, this is Scruffy. Isn't he a cutie? Isn't Scruffy a cutie? Gotcha, got the little belly, tickle, tickle, tickle. Yes. Let's see. Let's start from the beginning. Let's see. I have I been on since New Year's Eve? I don't even know. Seems like one day lasts to the next. And they're all seem the same. To me, it was just Christmas last week. I still have my tree up. It's just been busy. And then I get so exhausted. I'll be honest with you, I sleep half the night. I am surprised I'm awake right now. Really. Let me say it again real slow for you. No speaky phone, huh? I ain't want Donna laughing at me. Huh? I don't think she was here. I don't think she's been here since we talked. I don't think so. But anyway, God, I don't even know where to start. I wish Deanna was in here because she knows the night I'm talking about. Of course, so far this winter, we've not had a bad winter. Yes, I was going to talk about Kobe. Speakerphone, but I shorten it to Speaky Phone. Speakerphone. I'm sorry, but that's the only way. I wasn't talking to you on speakerphone. I was talking to you through my cell phone. Which I can barely hear, by the way. Okay. Let's start this off good. It was right after New Year's Day. It was like a few days after, you guys. This is where the stuff started. What do you want me to say? Kobe Bryant passed away today. He had one of his daughters, I don't know if it's his youngest or his oldest or the middle, in a helicopter crash in Southern California. There was 5 people total, they all died. His wife is pregnant with their 4th daughter, with their 4th child. That's all I know. I'm not a basketball fan, and you know, it's tragic. She already had the kid? Okay. Because on Yahoo, believe it or not, on Yahoo earlier, it said that she is pregnant with the 4th kid. Have a few thoughts about Kobe's apparent passing. Samurai, well, at least he was with his child in the end. Well, yeah, but he also left a wife, 2 children, well, 3, since she had the other baby. But I don't know anything about him. He's a basketball player. I think he played for Cleveland. They changed. I don't know what other team he played for. I just know he was on a helicopter. The rest of the people were little girls on his daughter's team. Sorry, they changed it to 9 people. Ah, Andrea, hello. Hi, Liz. Love your domino videos. Thank you, thank you. The Lakers. He played for the Lakers. Okay. See, I don't know nothing about basketball. Nothing. So, it was a 13-year-old daughter. Damn. Now I know this morning, you know, when I was told about it, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, whoa. But I think didn't he play for, he played for Cleveland, I think. No, let's hear about your paranormal occurrence at Owl Creek. He was better than Michael Jordan. Yeah, I heard he was really, really good. Kobe won an Oscar, but it was not deserved. I didn't even... Oscar for what? I'm not a fan of basketball, but I did like Kobe, one of my favorites. Very sad day. He was 20 years with the Lakers. Well, why did somebody tell me he played for Cleveland? I honestly think that the elites had something to do with Kobe's death. An Oscar for documentaries. I don't think his death and a bunch of little girls was a conspiracy. I think that truly was an accident, Doc. He retired in 2016. Velveteen Lace, hello. Liz, where are you getting your fake news? People who supposedly know about basketball. I don't know anything about it. I've heard of Kobe Bryant. Helicopter just dropped out of the sky. They don't glide like planes. Exactly. Exactly. That's one of the dangers of helicopter. Although, you guys, I love helicopters. I can actually take off in one, and I can actually fly one. I can't land one. But yeah, they just drop. Crashed into a hillside. So you guys know a lot more than I do. I know nothing. But it's a shame that 9, and it was part of his daughter's team. Jeezy cow. Hannah Stout, hello. It's been a while. Yes, it has. A lot's gone on. A lot has gone on. Apparently, I'm not as in the know, though, because I don't know a lot about Kobe Bryant, so... Hey, Liz. Hey, everybody. Hey, SJ. How you doing? How you been feeling? Other than cold, I've been feeling fine. Tired a lot, but... Helicopter fell about 30 miles from LA. I just know it was in Southern California. I know that. That's about all I really know. Kobe was worth about $700 million. I know his estate's going to be worth more than that now. Ooh. His memorabilia is going to shoot through the roof. Calabasas, where the Kardashians live. Eh. Well, anyway, yeah, you know, prayers for Kobe's family. His children was the first thing I thought of. That's the first thing I said was, oh my God, his children. Bill, but the comedian has a helicopter license and he flies 3 times a week in LA. Did I miss something? Sarah, hello. Helicopter was in tailspin. Yeah, it once. And that don't. I want to know what caused the fire on the plane, and one of them died in the crash. I thought they all died in the crash. Even worse, his parents are still living. I didn't know till today that his dad was also in the NBA. His daughters were in the helicopter too. I thought only one daughter was in the helicopter. Mom says, I don't know, Les. His wife, he had three daughters, and I don't know. Apparently, the wife had the baby. I don't know. So, whatever the little baby is. So, I just thought one of the daughters was in the helicopter with him. I'm better than not. Thanks for asking, Snickers. I like calling you that. Okay with you. There were no survivors. Only one of his daughters was aboard. Another couple was on the copter with their daughter. One daughter and 5 friends of his daughter. She had the baby last June or July. I don't know. So there's 3 kids left behind, a wife, siblings. The family's going to be rocked. I mean, they say things happen in threes. Neil Peart died on the 7th, and now Kobe. One wonders who's next. I know Neil Peart. That bothered me. I love Neil Peart. I don't think there is a greater drummer than Neil Peart. Baby is 7 months old. Is the baby a boy or a girl? I just find it awful sudden and a bit off that he died like this. Accidents happen, Doc. Les, the Powerball is now up to 394 million. And I'll probably forget to play. Did you see the cartoon about Kobe and helicopter crash? No. So the baby was another girl? Wow. Everyone thought he stopped drumming because of his shoulders, and that may have been a factor, but he had glioblastoma, or horrific brain cancer. Oh, wow. Sandra, that's what I was about to mention. Cartoon was made years before this happened. Wow. You know, he was actually brilliant. You know, Peart was. Or Peart. He was actually brilliant. Oh, that bothered me on that one. Yeah. Doc, I will speak on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I guess people want to talk about Cubby for a minute. Um, there was a long-standing rumor that he had a PhD. He didn't, but Getty, Lee's son, who's about 40 years old, does. Getty Lee's son, yeah. No, Neil didn't. He was just he was just, I didn't realize he was as smart as he was, but yeah. There's been quite a few so far in January, folks. Just looked up Kobe's daughters. They were born in 2003, Natalia, 2006, Gianna, 2016, Bianca, and 2019, Capri. Wow. Their lyrics reflected his intelligence, yeah. So we've lost quite a few so far. And it's just January. January 27th. God. Can you believe Christmas was a month ago? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it was yesterday. Dr. Julian Weinreb is a professor at the University of Toronto, where he teaches in the College of Education. In other words, he teaches teachers. He teaches teachers. Wow. Well, that's a shame. Sharon Collier. Why no comments on the TV? There should be comments. Never done learning as long as we're open to it. Yeah, you should always learn. Learn something new every day. Jack Jones, hello. Just because he teaches teachers don't make him smart. Have you seen the education system? Shaking my head. Turn comments on the TV. There should be. I have nothing to do. I haven't touched it. Comments should be allowed. Campbell's wife, hello. Been forever. Hi Les, how you doing? I'm doing good. Damn it, I need to get a KFC before they stop selling them at $3. They already stopped selling them for $3 here. I believe in cryptoids, and hope you well. Yes, I am well. I've had stuff go on, and I want to get into that. Forgot to ask about you, Les. Hope you're okay. We've all missed you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. I've been sleeping a lot. I've been sleeping a lot at night. What'll happen is I sleep in the chair in my kitchen or in this chair. Mothman is your favorite cryptid. We're gonna go over quite a few. Oh God, Les, don't even say that in jest. Don't even say what. Don't say what in jest. Doc, you're confusing me tonight. But what'll happen is I'll end up falling asleep like around 10:30, and then I'll wake up at like 2, and I'm like, oh God, not another night. Oh, KFC, I have too. It's so nasty and gray outside where I am. It seems like all it's done is rain here, rain and winds. Sarah, I was going to ask if that was you. Yes, I got it last weekend. And I said, first of all, I was like, how did she get my parents' address? I said, this is who I think it is. So how'd she get my parents' address? So my mom had it this whole time. She says, oh, I got something. No, she finally remembered I had a card there, and I was there last weekend. I was there Sunday. And she's like, oh, by the way, I got something for you. She said, here. I said, oh. It was the address you gave us for the magnets. Oh. Okay. That's right. Oops. Oops. But, yeah, she's had it. And, I said, I wonder if this is who I think it is. It is. I was going to ask you. I was going to go everything in line. Oh, God. So, yeah, she's had it this whole time. Yay, Mom. But, you know, it's safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And trust me, I've been fiending for a fish. I really have. So that's going to come in handy. Stoneheart. Hello. I'm glad it wasn't stolen. I was afraid of that. No, it's pretty safe, actually. Where my mom lives and where I live, we can have a package sitting out on our front stoop for days and nobody will touch it. Yes. I will enjoy it. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, yes. So, yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that'll come in fantastic because I have been craving a fish sandwich. And I'm like, hey. So that's going to come in handy. I'm waiting for a couple days, though. I love Mickey D's fish sandwiches. It's one of the few things I'll eat from there. I don't even get their fries anymore. I just get a sandwich. Les, I just book it to KFC right the hell now. Should I just book it to KFC right the hell now? Sure. Other fast food restaurants are pushing fish because Lent is coming up. Yep. You know, even though I left Catholicism a long time ago, I still honor Lent. I don't know why. Girl, you pregnant getting them cravings? I always crave a fish sandwich from McDonald's, though. I always do. I used to get McFlurries all the time, but they're 500 calories each, so I have refrained. I've only had about 3 McFlurries from them. Les, do you think Harvey Weinstein will be found guilty? Yep. Yep. I think he will. I do. So, let me tell you what's been going on, though, while I'm awake. And what's been going on while I was awake. Harvey won't serve no time. He bought himself free already. Les, you got me feeling nauseous now with the thought of them ending the sale. Well, it wasn't supposed to go on forever, I don't think. I don't know. I don't go to KFC very often. I just heard somebody as a matter of fact, 4 days. What's today? Is today Sunday? So this was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday when he was over. And Dante said he said he should have gotten a KFC bowl when they were $3. So whether they still are or not, I don't know. I sure hope that's not the case. He won't be a free man anyways because he's too public a figure. Exactly. Oh God. Doc, don't have a panic attack, Doc. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Okay. Did anyone else see HW walk into court using a walker? It reminded me of the Golden State Killer entering court in a wheelchair. Oh, good God. Trying to make it worse than what it is? Jeez. No, I didn't see it. I'm starting to watch more TV, though. I'm starting to. So. Okay. So, you guys, this is what's been going on. So, I kind of wish Deonda was in here. Because, yeah, he'll show up to court with oxygen for his appeals next. I'm sure YouTube has some footage somewhere. Oh, I'm sure they do. He's an oxygen thief. You know what YouTube's doing to me? You guys are not going to believe this. I am coming up with a second channel. I'm working on it now, but YouTube is going through my unlisted videos. Harvey goes to comedy clubs, etc. Like he free man now. What do you mean? He goes where he likes. Yeah, he does. Don't do it, Les. It makes you dumb. Haha. Save the Bobby Joe videos, Les. YouTube is going through my unlisted videos. My unlisted videos. Because, you know, we're supposed to, you know, say whether they're for children, not this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I took most of my videos from, I went from last December, and then all those before, I unlisted every one of them. So that way when I bring them back, then, you know, I can mark them in this and that. They're going through my unlisted videos anyway. I'm getting notices left and right from YouTube. And say, well, this is approved for all advertisers. Well, before you said it wasn't. So when I'm going to try to relist the one that they said wasn't to begin with, and see if I can get ads on it. Because there's nothing I do. Everything I do is, other than my live streams right now, everything I put out is demonetized. Everything. In disguise, maybe. I've seen people walk up to him and point him out and yell things at him like, you're a rapist, you're not welcome here or anywhere else. Men, no less. Kaylee, hello. I'm glad I don't have a channel. Duh, you have gotten rid of at least 400 videos, Les. I went through your channel yesterday and I was in awe when it stopped at your I'll tell the truth now. I'll tell the truth now. I always do. I'm trying to remember what that one is. But they're going through all my unlisted videos. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, the comedy one? Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Alright, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm like, why are you going through my unlisted? They're not listed. Nobody can see them. I don't know. I figure I'm letting YouTube do whatever. Do whatever. Well, anyway. So I gotta start telling you guys what happened. Because, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Shortly after the beginning of the year. What's the creature behind you? That's my dude. That's my new doggy. I think that's actually a werewolf. So, Gucci. Oh, look at that face. Look at that. That's Fluffy. It could be Dogman. It could be a Skinwalker. It could be a werewolf. You know. I've been hearing a lot of channel holders going through that. Yeah. Liz, you got me on the edge of my seat for this story. This is Fluffy. Oh, gotcha. Oh, you look your ears. You're right there between the ears. Oh, yes, you look right there between the ears. Yes. Well, anyway. Oh, of all nights for Deanna not to come in. I should have wrote her. Oh, Fluffy, nice boy. He's a good baby boy. He just looks rough. That's all. He just looks rough. Actually, I think I ought to get this tattooed on my shoulder or something. What do you think? You know. He needs some shoes, though. He's gonna hurt his little feetsies. Yeah, TME ads. Yeah, TME ads. Okay, so we're going to say about 3 weeks ago. He's got nice ass, just saying. Animal lover, hello. I think he's cute. He is, as far as a cryptid. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah. I know how to pick him. So, about 3 weeks ago, you guys, we had a wind thing going through here, like, part of the country anyway. I mean, we had gusts 60 mile an hour, you know, here and there. The wind was, I swear, I really thought my roof was going to come off. I really did. It was so bad. I actually went out back and looked around just to make sure that there was no twister nearby. But it didn't feel like twister weather, of course, which I am known to chase. So, you know, if there's one in my county or nearby, I'm on it. Wasn't twister weather. It was just a lot of freaking wind. And parts of it, I was like, do I even have a car out there? Because it was so strong. And then I came back inside from being out back. And then something told me to look out front. So I go out front, the front door. And it's really weird because there was actually hardly any wind coming in through the big screen door. We had horrible winds here in Iowa too. NU23 is a channel that has a live seismograph and it can record high winds if the area is big enough. The seismograph is in Lincoln, Nebraska. I went out front. Well, I opened up the door to the out front. And right across the street, straight across the street, and like I said, there was hardly any wind coming in the house. I'm like, for as strong as these winds are, there's nothing coming in the house. I was like, that's strange. And, but I was looking out, and I think I told you guys before, right straight smack across the street from me is the house. Our driveways go straight to each other, all right? But beside that is where all the woods start. And there's complete woods behind, across the street, everywhere. That's all it is, woods, all the way back through. You know, it's woods, you can drive through it, but there's woods. Everywhere I live. So I just happened to look up, and I was looking kind of diagonal across, and I saw lights in the woods. I was like, well, I wonder if, wait, there can't be anybody walking. It's too thick through there. So I actually step outside. My grandkids are asleep. I step outside. The front porch is off. And I'm standing there getting pelted by wind. and there's cars going by. And okay, that's normal, but they're going by really slow. You can see the cars kind of rock as they're driving by, and then the wind would die down, and then the gusts would pick up, you know. But I kept looking, and I was like, no. And there was these 2 lights in the woods. And I thought, okay, all right, I know this layout. I know it like the back of my hand, lived here all my life. If you go up the road, and I've actually did a video where Cheryl and I went down this one road to Whitechapel Church. And then we drove back. Now that's the only road that crosses on that whole entire side of the road till you get to 13, which is a few miles down the road. It's the only road that crosses. But that's up the road, and I know once you turn down that road, on the right-hand side, there's no homes. There's no homes there on the right-hand side at all. There's one house when you drive down a little bit. It's about half mile down there, and there's a house off to the left, and I actually know those people, went to school with their grandkids. I actually know them. And they never have the front lights on. Never. I've driven by there. Now they do have like a little porch light that goes like to the back area of their house. You have to see it, and it's on the corner house, and that's the only light they have. And I'm like, so I know it's not them. These woods are too thick. I've never seen lights in these woods. Ever. Ever. And I'm sitting here looking, and I thought, no, they would disappear for a second. And I thought maybe, you know, it's trees, but I'm sitting here really racking my brain the layout of my town here, of my little road. And then they would come back. And I'm like, I kept thinking to myself, what the hell? Because every time they came back, that's when A, the gusts would come up. B, that's when I thought that it could be Twister. I'm not kidding you. But I was like, this is not Twister weather. There's no feeling. And if anybody in here knows anything about twisters, you know there's a feeling in the air if there's a twister nearby. You know that. And the sky gets a certain color. There was no lightning, no nothing. There was no nothing. You know, just the wind. And I'm like... So I come back in. I shut the door. I check on my grandkids. Turn the TV down. Make sure Nina has her hearing aids out. Make sure they're covered up. I go in and get me something to drink. Something says, let's go, you know, look out the window again. So I open up the door. And the lights are there. I didn't think anything after that. I was like, you know, that's awfully strange. That's awfully strange. So the next day, no, it was the day after that. You got the next morning, and it was that next day. I go driving down that road. I thought, maybe it was just me. Maybe I was just dreaming things, you know. Maybe I don't know the area that I'm in. No houses. I was like, all right. There's woods, and then there's a pasture. Now, in this pasture is usually cows or sheep. It's the only thing that's in there. And you drive down further, and I'm going to have to actually do a video so you know what I'm talking about. Drive down further to where Whitechapel is. There's no houses. There's none. There's just that one house on the left-hand side. That's it. That's all that's there. And that's a half mile down the road. These lights were literally across the street. And I thought, oh, son of a bitch. They're right. They are coming for me. They're coming for me. So, I kept that in the back of my head. And I didn't really think of it, but I remember it. And then last week, I'm in the back of the house. I'm in the back bedroom. And who was right? I was. There's nothing there. Well, yeah, them coming for me. Yeah, they're probably are. The aliens are probably coming for me. So last week, I'm in the back bedroom. I'm on my hands and knees getting house shoes out from underneath my bed. You hear this noise. And I was like, do you hear that? She's like, yeah. And I said, it sounded like it came from the garage. And she said, no. I said, it sounded closer than that. I come in here to my office. Now, y'all know I have my lights up. I've had them up forever. I don't touch them. Don't go near them. They have literally stayed on since I've turned them on. I don't turn them off. I don't do nothing. They're on these triangular pole things, okay? And on this one over here, not only is it on a pole, but I have things braced around it. Yeah, tripod, whatever. So, I have things braced around it. This son of a bitch in light was literally on my desk. I just was like, what? There's no way for this thing to move. No way. You know how many times I have actually bumped it trying to get around to the closet? There was no one in this room. And it was on my desk. Girl, don't you dare creep me out. I'm sleeping alone tonight. Very creepy. They got right up on you and you didn't even notice. Holy hell. I was like, son of a... It has 3 legs, Les. It was just on the desk. I'm like, but nothing. The phone, the microphone, the computer, my Kleenex box, my domino set. I have an empty can here. It was not moved. Nothing was disturbed. And I'm like, how in the hell does that happen? Nothing was disturbed. Just my light was on my desk. Now, you guys, I'd show you what it looks like, but it's a bloomin' mess around there because we are rearranging. I just looked in the office and went, holy shit. You should have seen me trying to get the tripod back in its spot. I was like, how the hell did it even come out? I can't even get it back in its spot. I'm like, what the hell? So I said, that's it, I'm moving. I am not putting up with this. I am not... No. The little lady that lives here is pissed off about something. I don't know what. But sounds like a haunting. Well, no, I have 2 entities that live here. One's downstairs in the basement, and he mainly stays in the back corner of that house. And he loved to piss with my sister. He did not like my sister or my nephew. He's messed with the washing one time. Once. And then we have an old lady, OLE. She looks like a grandma type, short, really thin. That lives up here. And I've only known her to be upset one other time where stuff came out of my dish drainer and landed on my floor. And there was nobody in the kitchen. I was in the living room, and as a matter of fact, I think I was alone in the house that day. Have you seen them? No, my sister has. I feel them, and then I'll get a mental image. But Cheryl literally sees them as if you're seeing me right now, as if she walks past me. Well, my sister sees those things. Matter of fact, Fran has caught her several times. Cheryl come out of her room or come out of the shower, come down the hall, and she'll go, and it's, especially when I did my thing, she'll even ask me, did you do your, like, no, I did not do a thing. Aliens, yeah. But, this one, it just boggles the mind because, yeah, and say my sense, but not see. Yeah, my sister sees them like there's, you know. I don't know. Cheryl has always, since we were little kids, she has always. Why don't you just do a cleansing? Because the entities that are here, they're not mean. I'm not afraid of them, but I want to know why this light. I don't know if you all can. I'll show you the size just of the light itself. I did see a pulsing flying blue orb once at Spiritualist Church. Oh yeah, I can believe that. Alright. Alright, now this is the size, whoops, of light. Okay? Now, that thing did not disturb a thing on my desk. Like I said. Well, I mean, if you're fixing to up and leave over it, man, that's a big ass light. And it didn't disturb a thing on my desk. Nothing was knocked over. Like I said, I have an empty Coke can right there. Nope. Yep, that was on my desk. And I just stood in the doorway going, what the hell? This is exactly what I said. I just went, what the hell? Ah! My ladybug got anything in it? Nope. So, I'm sitting there trying to put two and two together. I said, what if those lights were out of this world? And this shit starts happening. Now, and the thing was scary, you know what was not scary? You know what the funny thing was? I wasn't afraid. I just went, what the hell? I'm like, oh no. Like my Pez. The light you saw in the woods. I'm just wondering if the lights, there was two lights. Whenever you say, what the hell, I laugh. I'm just wondering if the two lights I saw in the woods had anything to do with that. Because the only thing I was doing was getting slippers from out underneath the bed. Because my big feet like to kick them and the slippers go. Because it's got hardwood floor. So I have to get underneath the bed. Never know. Never know. So, that's one aspect of my life that's been going on. And then I've had a lot of private things going on. Stuff that involved my side of the family. My parents and things. My mom is pretty private. And then my sister's starting shit up. Mom's calling me, and I was like, what are you talking about? Well, Cheryl said this, and this. I said, Mom, I ain't talked to Cheryl in 6 weeks. She won't answer her phone. used your light but put it back in the wrong spot. You never know. Liz, how would you react if you got up during the night and you saw "Dead by Dawn" written in jam on the hallway wall? I get a hotel. I'm not going to my mom and dad's because they got an entity over there that I've dealt with for years. Why people bring negative shit into a new year? Ignore them, Les. Oh, yeah. Well, the stuff Cheryl, I do ignore. I'm like, Mom. I said, first of all, have you met Cheryl? I said, secondly, have you met me? Really, Mother? Cheryl was telling my mom that I was taking the video camera. Mom said, she said, Les, have you been bringing your video camera over here and recording the outside of our home and the inside of our home and showing things off? And I'm like, no. What? No, why? Cheryl said you were bringing your video camera over here and you recorded our whole street and recorded our house and you're recording things in our home. And I said, Mom, really? You're going to believe Cheryl? I said, I said, there was only one time I brought the video camera over. You were on it, although I didn't show your face. She said, you mean that? She said, that was the only time? I said, yeah. She said, my face wasn't on it. And I said, no, just your voice. But I said, your face wasn't on it. She said, oh, well, that's all right. I was like, Mom, have you met Cheryl? That is out there, even for Cheryl, yeah. I was like, so, Mom said, don't say nothing to your sister. I said, Mom, I know better. You and Dad, my mom and Dad are really private. But I'm not going to do that to them. Are you serious? Secondly, like I said, there's some private things going on with my mom, my dad, so I've been dealing with that. It's nothing bad. It's just a lot of private things, and I've been dealing with that. Andrea, hello. Cheryl sounds like a bitch, no offense. Oh, my sister is. I remember that video. It was for a holiday, Easter maybe. That's right. It was Easter, Andrea. It was Easter. And my mom cracks me up. I'm telling you. She really does. But that was the only time I've ever had my camera over there. I mean, my mom would mind if I went over and I recorded the cat. As long as the house was... I said, I'm not going to take a video camera and just go through the house and... This is my parents' home. Why would I do that? I said I don't even do it in my own home. Although I don't care. Y'all know that shit. Y'all see my living room, my kitchen, my office, my bathroom. But... And then... Cameron, he's over here, he's had it with his mom, and I'm like, you know what, Cam? I said, I call her. If she answers, she answers. She don't. That's on her. I ain't even worried about her no more. So I've been dealing with stuff like that, and then, like I said, I've just been sleeping. Gosh, I'm surprised I'm awake right now. I'll be honest with you. Normally I'm waking up about an hour and a half from now. Liz, I can see you calling out to Fran that you're headed to a hotel after you see "Dead by Dawn" written on the wall. I wouldn't even be saying shit. I'd just be grabbing the car keys, my computer, and head out the door. Fuck clothes. I'll run around in my jammies. I don't care. Let's see, what else about it? Oh, yeah. So, I've been dealing with that. And like I said, it's not bad stuff. It's just private stuff with my parents, and it's just kept me busy there for a few. And, camera girl, fix the light. They can take it. Yeah, F the light. F the light. They can take it. That's right. They've been eyeing it up. Isn't that the truth? Hell yeah. So, let's see. We're going to get into cryptids in a minute. I got a few more things. Oh, yes. I do have an announcement. And you guys may be looking at a Guinness World Record holder. I have started the application process. It takes 3 to 4 months to even hear back to see if you even approved to even attempt to do what it is you want to do. And then after that, they send you guidelines on, and you can have an adjunct there, which is their representative, if you want. And then you set up a date. And they'll send you the requirements, whether there's a representative there or not, depending on which way you want to go. And then you do the date. You fulfill every one of their requirements, which is a list. And then you submit it. And then it takes another 3 months. The whole process takes almost 9 months. Believe it or not. So, and I'll tell you guys every step what it takes to go through the Guinness World Record stuff. The first one, I'm not going to have a representative there. The only thing, I do have it filled out, all but one, because they ask you a ton of questions. So you're having a baby? No. And there was one person, God. There was one thing, one person I had to contact, and but I'll be able to finish the process Monday, and then get it submitted. So, yay! Wouldn't that be awesome? I said I want 10 of them. You said it takes 9 months. The whole process, it'll take 3 to 4 months just to hear back if I'm approved to attempt. And so what I did was I picked one of their categories. Instead of, if you want to do your own, if you want to submit a category, it's only a $5 fee, believe it or not, plus VAT tax. Yeah, it'll be in Domino's. I chose theirs because they have a category that says a mini domino spiral, and that there's been no contenders. So I chose that one since it's theirs, since they were the ones. If you do it yourself, it's a little longer. But since they have that category and nobody has been a contender for it, then I chose theirs just to make it a little easier. So, yes. So the first one should be a spiral. And I want to do a 10,000 mini domino spiral. That's not really what I want to do, but for the first one, since it's there, since it's the Guinness book, since it's their category, I did that one first. The one I really want to do, and that is I want to do a cube, a 31 by 31 cube. Hopefully Ashpenaz isn't honing in on this right now. Might beat you to it. Doesn't matter, I'll still beat him. Sandra, I love those LEZLIE'S, thank you. Kaylee, wow, very cool. Snicker, cool. I really want to do a 31 by 31 cube, and I actually was trying to add up how many dominoes I'll need, and just for the base level, I'll need over 3,000 dominoes. So you figure, it'll probably be about 25 stones high, 25 to 30. So yeah, that's a lot of dominoes. I would love to know how you do those dominoes, like when you stack them or use the spinners. The last one I watched was with the bridges, and I'd like to see how it's done. Yeah, I'm going to be doing tutorials. I think I'm going to do a couple tonight, maybe, if I don't fall asleep. But I'm going to do more. I'm going to show how to actually build structures, and I'm going to show actually how to do tricks. And stuff with the mini dominoes, it can be used with regular pro-size dominoes and micro minis. Will you live stream it for us? Yeah, when I do the Guinness thing, yeah, when I actually attempt to topple it and stuff like that, yeah, I already told them that I would be live streaming it. I already told Guinness I will be live streaming. It might be during the day. But I will be live streaming when I actually do the toppling. I gotta meet their requirements first, and then the live stream will just be on the side, and you can see it actually as it happens. And then it'll take, they have to review it, go over it. Believe it or not, they physically count. They will literally take the video and count. And then they'll send me my certificate. Now, if I had a representative, they do everything right then and there, and then they hand me a framed certificate, which that'll be later. But can you do more talking videos? Yeah, Doc, I have to, when I turn in my videos for bulk dominoes, I have to load them up on my social media first, and then I have to send them the URL. So it's not like I don't want to, it's just that I have been too busy doing other things to do videos. So, but yeah, it will be live streamed and stuff. So, are you kidding? You guys have been with me, you know, this far. You know, you think I'm going to actually do something and not live stream something like that? I would be like, you guys, here we go. And I know people's asked me, why are you so into domino? I've always been into dominoes. It's just that I didn't know. I didn't know until October. You can ask Fran. I had no idea. I told my mom about it. She's like, oh my God. She said, I had no idea. And I said, yeah. I said, they have all kinds of colors, sizes. They got some that light up. I mean, even my mom, who's never excited about anything I do, she's like, really? She actually perked up. And I was like, yeah. So she said, can I have my domino set back? I was like, no. I miss our weekly scam calling, but I understand. But I do mini dominoes because it's easier to set world records. But I can do the same thing with regular pro-size dominoes. I can do the same thing. Although micro minis, I don't know if I'm steady enough for that. They are so tiny. Even breathing on them could knock the whole thing down. People can like what they like, each to their own, I say. Well, thank you. But yeah, and plus I can do it sitting there and I can just leave. I can get partially through one and just leave. I can start something, leave. I get halfway through it, I can leave. You know. I can't sit there for 8 hours straight. No. The only thing I have to worry about is other people knocking shit down. So hopefully, my house has calmed down. So more interesting than Jigsaw, I say. Yes, to me it is. Because it can be so creative, and the domino runs I actually want to do, I can't do it in the house because the only place, my house is carpeted. The bedrooms are hardwood floors, but there's no room to do what I need to do, not enough space. I can do it in the kitchen, but everybody comes through the kitchen. And it's very hard to get something done in there. So colorful and so pretty. I watch the vid over and over, and one daylight moving entity might knock it over. You never know. What if the entity toppled your world record breaking structure right before you put the last piece? I'll kill it. I wish you could make it loop 3 to 6 times. Oh, I can. But I am doing some tutorials this week. And then, like I said, showed how to build a structure. I think everybody should do them. Because it does leave a lot to the imagination, but plus also tricks. And it's for any age. Look, I have neuropathy in my hands. I have arthritis in my hands. I can't feel the dominoes half the time. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. For real. So the room you set it up in is in the house? Yeah, it's at my kitchen table. But when the weather starts to break and I can go out into the garage, I've got 2 4x8, 4 feet wide, 8 feet long OBS boards. It's a 1/2 inch thick. And so I've got a table out there, and I'm going to put the OBS board on top of that, and I'll be able to do bigger structures. I'll be able to do more of what I really want to do. Or I can take it and put them both on the floor in the garage and do a lot more shit. I'll be, of course, primering and painting them, and it's level enough to do that. Yeah. You got to figure that OBS board is a 1/2 inch thick, and you guys got to see the table out there. I've actually shown it once, long time ago. And if I lay it on that table out there, it'll still be flat. It won't bow or nothing. And I can do things on that one. And plus, like I said, I can put it on the floor in the garage and really do some superstructures, which is what I plan on doing, is some superstructures. And when I do the 10,000 spiral, that's just going to be on concrete. I'm going to tell Cameron, Cameron's a mechanic, so that thing that they lay on and roll under cars with and stuff. I'm going to tell him to bring one of his over. So that way I can lay down and I can go in a circle around it. But yeah, there's a lot I want to be accomplishing, and I really do want to get in Guinness Book of World Records, at least for one thing. At least for one. So, and plus, people say why, and it really is for STEAM and STEM, science, technology, engineering, architecture, math. It really does take up all that. And because I like color, I have to decide, all right, do I have enough of this color? All right, if I want to do this structure, do I have enough of this color? All right, how many am I going to need? And you literally have to do math, literally, and then you got to decide, all right, how am I going to build this? Connie Baldwin, hello. Les, I thought you were never coming back. Oh, yeah, I've just been busy. Les, was there a time where you didn't know much about service dogs? Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Liz. Got to get up early. Carrot Top, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a good night. Thank you. So that's another thing I'm doing. So hopefully I'll be in be in the Guinness Book of World Records. So, and I'll let you guys know every step of the way. So, what caused to research them? I don't know. I just did. Okay, so now on the cryptids. Alright, so we've talked about Night Les, I'm glad to see you. Kaylee, you have a good night and I'm glad to see you too. And thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Okay, fill me in real quick about the Dominus. I have applied to the Guinness Book of World Records to for mini dominoes. So, and I was telling, it'll take about 9 months total from the guidelines and everything that they're telling me. So it'll take 3 to 4 months just to even hear back. Well, thank you. So, it'll be interesting this year. So, let's get on to cryptids. Now, I don't know if y'all know what cryptids are, but we're talking like skinwalkers, werewolves, Bigfoot, wendigos, chupacabra, the Jersey Devil, and I've really been into learning a lot about wendigos, skinwalkers, and stuff. Now, I did a thing on wendigos it was either really early, no, it wasn't early last year, it was the year before that, back in 2018. I did a thing on wendigos. And it was born Sarah Momo, the Missouri Monster from the early 70s. Yep. Momo. God, I forgot about Momo. I really did. You got Champ from Lake Champlain. Of course, you got Nessie. But like I said, I did a thing on wendigos because I also never heard of Momo. Oh, Momo. Was Nessie found to be a hoax? According to most people, it's all a hoax. All of them. Every bit of it. It's all a hoax. And then according to some, they exist. Now, that one video of Nessie, that one popular one, I think it's Momo. Isn't it Momo, Jeffrey? I think it's Momo. Yes, Nessie was a hoax. Doesn't mean something else isn't living in Loch Ness. I was just getting ready to say that photo has been proved as a hoax. But like in Lake Champlain, there's another one. I can't remember. There's another one. That they're saying exists, and it's here in the United States somewhere, but they're saying it's real. I agree, Sarah, it's supposed to be real deep, right? Yep. There's a lot of things that it just depends. Why is it the black-eyed kids, they all lump all of them into, now the things with the black-eyed kids, now I did a thing on the black-eyed kids, scared to crap I'm sitting there going, oh my god, it scared the crap out of my live stream. I did it back in 2018 over the summer somewhere. I did a live stream and it was about Black Eyed Kids. Now, I don't get freaked out about it, but I guess a lot of people do. And even my granddaughter, she's like, nope, 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 nope. She can handle everything else, but she said, Black Eyed Kids freak me the hell out, Grandma. Liz, do you know Kiki Rodriguez or Lee Ludwig? Kiki sounds familiar, but Lee doesn't. Now, when I did the thing on Black Eyed Kids, man, my meds are really pissing with my skin. I'm telling you. When I did the thing on Black Eyed Kids, this was what Kiki sounds familiar to me too. Yeah, it does. This is what I reported, and this is what generally is known. The Black Eyed Kids cannot enter a premises without being invited. They have Black Eyed Kids. These scare me. I've never heard of that either. Some people say they exist, some people say they don't. Just like, kind of like Dracula. They have very loosely been thought of being related to the Dracula family, but who knows. But at the time I did my thing, I was telling a few stories that I read about Black Eyed Kids, but there is a common occurrence, even now. Black Eyed Kids cannot enter a premises. Now, let me explain what a Black Eyed Kid is. They're generally between 5 and 15 years old. Maybe 16. But usually 5 to 15 they look. They're usually wearing something that, like a hoodie or something that'll cover most of their head and part of their face. Usually. Some don't. But they usually... I did not know that. I understand. Yeah. Oh, I found out some more stuff. They usually look down. But when they look at you, their eyes are completely black. There is no white whatsoever. It's all black. Inky black. Black, black, black. Shiny, glossy black. No white, no nothing. It's just black. That's it. They'll sit there and they'll even say, what they do is they'll knock on a door, your car door, your house door. They've been known to stand outside of stores, supposedly. Because they can't go in unless they're invited. They cannot enter a premises unless they're invited. So the common denominator is the fact that they will knock on your door. If they're knocking on your home door, can I use your phone? It's cold. It could be 99 degrees outside. It's cold. And we've lost our way. We need to call our mom. Can we use your phone? Let us in. We need to use your phone. Don't let them in. Hey, Cookies, how you doing? Hello. If you're in your car. Now, they can be standing there on the sidewalk and watching you put gas in your car. They won't approach you till you're in your car. And they'll knock on the window. Doing well, Liz? How are you? I am doing good. Not complaining. So they'll knock on the window. We missed the bus. Can you give us a ride to town? Our mom will be worried. We're lost. Don't let them in. Don't let them in. Can you give us a ride, please? Don't let them in. Always ask to look at their eyes. Let her worry. Always ask to look at their eyes. Now, we don't know. Well, at the time, and we still don't. We don't know if anybody's ever let them in. Don't know. We don't know what'll happen. We know people say that they don't let them in. But we don't know what'll happen if you do. Now, since I did that story, and it was quite lengthy, there's been some additions. Now, some of it I don't believe, and some of it I do. Maybe. Now, one of the things is, there has been a couple out there where they said they've let black-eyed kids in. Now, the one, I don't believe at all. She said she let him in, and that they're harmless, and that their black eyes allow them to see things clearly, and stuff. No, I don't believe that one. And there was another one who, this was supposedly an elderly, what I mean, no, I shouldn't say elderly, an older couple. She lying. Hell yes, she is. That an older couple, and say like in their 50s, the wife and husband, it was the husband that let the kids in, but the wife kept having the heebie-jeebies. And she couldn't believe her husband let them in. And, of course, they blacked out. They had a blackout. And the husband automatically, regretted letting them in. He started suffering with migraines, and then next thing you know, he's having bloody noses. Then she started having bloody noses. And they never had it before, and they blacked out. The kids were gone the next day, and then their lives were tortured with major illnesses, deadly illnesses. I don't know. Now, this one says that she didn't let the black-eyed kids in, and she fell asleep on the couch, and with all the lights on the house, and she was watching Comedy Central or something, and then when she woke up, every light was out, and her TV was static, and that something's been in her home. Well, she was trying to make it seem like it was the black-eyed kids, but the black-eyed kids cannot come in without permission. So I'm like, Of course, you can do that with every story you ever hear about black-eyed kids. There was a report of people actually trying to talk to the black-eyed kids. Nicole A, hello, nice to see you too. What if you have a welcome mat? Well, thank God my welcome mat's at the door in my garage, because somebody comes to my front door and I'm like, what the hell? But you have a report, this lady, she would not let the black-eyed kids in, but she had a conversation. And this one was a boy who was about 15, and she said, I'm not letting you in, and who are you? And where did you come from? And he said, one day you'll let me in. I've never heard of them, that or whatever. he said, one day you'll let me in. And she's like, how do you know? And he said, because you're one of us. Now, okay, I don't understand what that one was. So these black-eyed kids are going around. Scary, creepy stuff, Les. Well, this is the one that people think exists the most, and I don't know. There has been a report of adults, a couple reports of adults being black-eyed grown-ups, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. Black-eyed kids, yeah, there's a reason why it's kids and not adults. There's a reason. But there have been, I'm not sure. I think they're trying to expand it, because there is a reason why it's called the black-eyed kids. The reason being is, if you have some stranger, grown up, come to your door with these solid black eyes, no whites, the whole entire eye is black. Black, 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 black. The whole eye. No iris, no pupils, no nothing. It's just all black. You're definitely not going to let a grown-up in. But you may have a chance of letting a child in. So there's a reason why it's black-eyed kids and not black-eyed adults. Black-eyed adults, you can probably get shot before anything. But black-eyed kids, they play on the heartstrings. It's a kid. Now this one reported seeing the so-called mother, and said that it kind of looked like a tall, lanky, super thin woman, kind of like a Tim Burton figure. And these kids left the house where the woman just was not letting them in. Said, get off my property. I'm not letting you in. No, 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 no. And they walked across the street and stood looking at something. And they had their backs to that house they were just in, this woman's house. And she saw this woman come out and gather the children and walk away. And so I don't know about that one. I've never known them to even have a so-called mother. But there is one thing, other than them knocking on the door and say, please let me in, I'm cold, we need to call our mom, or I need to get my baseball, or I need to get my cat. There is one thing they all say, is that they have this sudden fear about them. They just know there's something wrong. Just by them knocking on the door. They have this sudden fear. They have this sense of dread about them. And some will crack the door open. Some actually will open up their door and talk through the screen door, And they all say that they'll shut the door and they want to walk away, but something is drawing them back to them. They're drawing them back to the kids. And it was almost like a trance-like state until something jars them. Some people, it's actually looking in the kids' eyes. Some might be their animal, their dog or cat. Something breaks that trance. And it scares the crap out of people. And that people will lock the door, shut curtains, blinds, whatever, and they'll go hide in some other house, and the kids know exactly where they're at, and they'll start knocking. And they just start knocking. And if you defy them and don't let them in, they end up with an attitude. They get demanding. they their attitudes will change quickly, and those are the constant that people say who they've run into the black-eyed kids. Now, I know in the stories I did before, I had to restart my computer. It said connection was lost. Oh, SJ. Now, when I did it before, when I did the first story, that is one thing that they've said then, and it's still constant now, was the intense fear, the intense dread that they had. It was something that was not... They knew at first something wasn't normal, and then it was just this feeling. Some have been known to get sick. It's just this intense fear, this intense dread. But apparently it is one that can be fought. Maybe they are on the order of demonic. Gloom and doom. Yeah, they're saying that they are demonic. But they still don't understand the purpose. Because they have to be invited in. I would throw a soda at them. They don't know the purpose. What is the purpose? What happens if you do? We don't know. I don't believe the stories that are out. I really don't. But because it can't be good. It can't. Now, it's amazing to me though. Like, say you call the police, they all say the police show up, the kids walk away. Now, why would they be afraid of police? I don't know. No strangers at my house, not this day and age. Sorry. I certainly wouldn't let them in. You know, like I said, my granddaughter, she's scared to death. She can't listen. She totally believes they exist. Totally, 100%. Can't tell her they don't. I said, you believe the black-eyed kids exist, but you don't believe Bigfoot exists? I had to do a thing on black-eyed kids, really, for real. I do. So, and nobody knows where they go. They just disappear. You know. They have been known from the stories before, accounts of them. They have been known to actually follow people. You can't follow them. People have tried. They just disappear. They'll look down and they just disappear. They're gone. But they have been known to follow people. There was a story of a woman who was going home from her mom's house, and it wasn't me. And she stopped at a gas station that was closed, but they had a 24-hour pump service. That would be great. And there was black-eyed kids there, and she took off. And she took off in her car, drove home. She looked outside, and there they were in front of her driveway. So, what is the earliest account of them, Les? We don't know. They really don't know. I think it started in the 80s. But they don't know where it came from. They don't know who started it. They don't know have any explanation to the beginnings. One of those little snots Wonder what one of those little snots would do when I swing my 60-inch cane at them. They'll probably get you. There really is no story. They don't know. They just popped up. I think it was in the 80s. When the Black Eyed Kids stories started abounding, but they don't know where. They don't know the beginning. Nothing. So I really don't know. I would be nice as pie and pray to myself. Some people are. They are nice. But the BKs, they'll just nag you to death, I guess, until you open up that door, but don't, you know. Donna asked me, she said, what would you do? I said the second, well, first of all, if I looked and there was 2 kids and I got the feeling of dread, I would remember this BEK thing. And I'd just say, you need to go. You're not coming in. I don't have phone. Sorry. My luck, the phone would ring just at that time. Liz, how would you react if you saw them right as they tried to get me after provoking them? There actually was a gentleman who ran into a store to get away from him. And the clerk saw them too. And so they tried to get away from him, and so the clerk said, let's go out the back. Well, when they went out the back, all of a sudden one of the kids was there. And it attacked the guy that first saw them. And it was the clerk that got the BEK off the gentleman. And the gentleman blacked out, he said, just for a few seconds. And he looked up, and the clerk was being attacked by 2 of them. And he went and he grabbed the clerk and knocked both of them down, and they took off. And not the BKs, but the clerk and the guy. And they took off in their vehicles. So, where has this happened? All over. All over the world, actually. There's reports in Russia, Ireland, France, England, Scotland, Canada, United States. Are these superhuman? We don't know. We don't know. Not Chicago, right? I've not heard any stories from Chicago. I've not. So, but there's been reports from all over the world. You know. And then that brings me to another cryptid. Totally different than the Black Eyed Kids. But it got me thinking. There's been reports all over the world. Like I said, we do not know where it started with the BEKs. We just know stories started springing up around the 80s, I believe, but don't hold me to that. But I believe it was the 80s. They had to have been superhuman if they can take on 2 fully grown adults and pin them down. That had to be something. You know. But it got me thinking, you know, we in the United States think we are the only place If anything strange is going to happen, it's going to happen in the United States only. And it doesn't. It happens, like I said, like with BEKs. There's stories from all over the world. And then it got me thinking of another cryptid, which is the skinwalkers. They'd hear your phone start ringing right as you say you ain't got a phone. Oh, I know, that's my luck. Like Fluffy? Like Fluffy here? Fluffy! Oh, Fluffy! Goochoo, 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 goo! So anyway, so it got me onto the skinwalkers and wendigos, because there's reports of them all over the world. Even in Russia. I'm talking Russia too. The Scandinavian countries, you know, I'm trying to think of what countries in Europe. But some countries, they can't tell stories like that. You guys gotta understand, they have that thing. Any place tropical is a great breeding ground for weird to me. Well, you gotta figure those wendigos are out there. Well, now, I think people embellish some things to where people are starting to believe things they shouldn't. What I'm meaning is, like with the wendigos. Now, I was talking with somebody, and I said, you know, I really think that's a Canadian thing. You know, oh no, it's known in the Navajo and this and that. And there are actually stories out there where there's wendigos in, like, Alabama or New Mexico, or, you know, and I'm like, wendigos don't like it hot. They don't like it hot. Wendigos was actually born out of Nova Scotia. And they are primarily a Canadian cryptid that the mass amount of stories of an actual wendigo is from Canada or the Great Lakes region here, even the United States. But it's near the Canadian border, but in the Great Lakes region. That's where the wendigos are mostly, or on the East Coast. Middle of Canada is perfect, the northern middle part. There's some very dense woods in southern Illinois, if you're talking about the little Egypt region. A petrified person dog says, I was out in southern Illinois woods. They say there is a decomposed man, muscle and all showing, who will attack people at their campfires. Now, those, I believe, what he's describing is more of a skinwalker type thing. But I don't know. The skinwalker is more of a Navajo. Anywhere that there's an American Indian reservation, you'll have skinwalkers. A wendigo, first of all the wendigo stories prior to lately, the past 2 years, look like a moose, but no antlers. There's no antlers on a wendigo. Looks like a moose. With, you know, human torso and all that. Red eyes that'll glow in the dark. You know, extremely fast. This and that. Skinwalkers are kind of the same. Something like that, Sandra. They say he appears as though he was freshly skinned Wow, Doc, just wow. I'm gonna have to check into that, actually, Doc. But skinwalkers are from a Navajo tradition here in the United States. And people forget, Canada also has Native Americans. United States aren't the only Americans. We are the United States of America. North America is more than just the United States. It also includes Canada. You know. So, but the Skinwalker is more of a Navajo. Megan, hello. Megan, are you safe from the outbreak? Because I know you went to Disneyland over there, and I heard they shut that down. So the Skinwalkers, what the Skinwalker will do, the Skinwalker basically has the head of a deer. Don't say it, Les. The coronavirus is here in Chicago, Les. I was waiting for you to scold me. Are you where I think you're at? Are you still home? As far as I know, there's only one case of the coronavirus here in the United States. I am living in and amongst the epidemic. Damn. Girl, get out of there. I am home and it's ghost town here. Well, yeah. Hell, I don't even want to go out of my own house. I figure if there's one case, I heard there's about 20 more. Everyone in masks. There's one here in Chicago. She's quarantined. Yeah, she's quarantined. Hardly people out and about. No kidding. No kidding. One in Washington State and another in Chicago, I think. There was a possible case in North Carolina, but this person had something else. See, I didn't know about the Washington State. My city has a few cases. Damn. My province has over 100 diagnosed. Washington State, California, and Texas. See, I ain't even going out of my own house. Yeah, Megan's in China. And she was at Disneyland. Must have been right before they closed it down over there. Disneyland, China. That's understandable. Why would you be concerned? Hell yeah. Shh, Les. The one out here in Chicago, she was in China. It took her 3 weeks to go to the doctor. Chinese Disneyland, isn't that in or near Wuhan? Y'all. Oh, it's in Shanghai? Yeah, Wuhan. Even Dr. Zhao, who does ear cleanings and stuff over there, he was even talking about it on his videos. Wuhan is 8 hours by car from me. Well, didn't help the 100 that are diagnosed, huh? Jeez. Girl. I told you needed to come over here and be my wife, but hey. Megan had her chance. Girl, don't go nowhere without your mask. I heard on the news that 6 students from a nearby college who had just flown in from China were being monitored, but none were sick with that or anything else yet. They are locking down flights and tours from today. No one can leave. Also, 16 cities on total lockdown. That's why the doctor's office always say, have you been anywhere in the past 30 days? I go to church on Saturday evenings and they had a poster in the bathroom that said, wash your hands, in about 25 different languages. Yeah, why don't people wash their hands? I don't get it. You go to the toilet and you don't wash your hands? It's spreading like wildfire here. That's what's scaring me, Megan. Including Hebrew, Arabic, Cambodian, Hindi, and other languages that do not use our alphabet. Someone can sneeze 35 miles from you and you can contract it. That's what I'm saying. Meters, not miles. Oh, 35 meters. I'm scared for my daughter. She has already fought off dengue at 3.5 years old. Damn. Nasty mosquito-borne tropical disease. Ah. Dengue. Okay. See, learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. I'll need everyone to keep back 60 feet. Thank you. Oh my. It's known as the bone creaking disease. A bone breaking disease. I was gonna say creaking. Shit, I got that now. I creak every time I walk. Move, get up, you name it. I'm personally not worried about coronavirus for myself, but I am concerned for folks in China. Yeah, me too. I remember them telling me she only had a 50% chance of surviving it. Isn't China ridiculously overpopulated right now? Girl, they've been overpopulated. I don't think I could live through something like that again. Doc says, Les, how would you react if you had no choice but to defend a medieval outpost against mythological creatures that became real and tried to siege it? I'd shit my pants. Dengue is rarely fatal, but it can be extremely painful. Is it more dangerous than children? God, it'd probably kill me. And I got a low immune system the way it is. Remember last year at this time I was sick as a dog. Megan. Vitamin C and echinacea, folks. Man, the trebuchets, Les. Yeah, I can do the trebuchets. I like flinging things. I really do. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Well, anyway, what was I talking about? I gotta remember what I was talking about now. I need to I need to go to the Walmart when I pick up my meds and get me some masks. Walk around with nothing but a mask on. Black-eyed kids. Extremely dangerous in children. I had to spend $20 on masks today. Hell yeah. Megan Les is really concerned. Imagine the trebuchets start to F up right as the creature is headed towards your post on the tower. I'd hide. Okay, we got on the skinwalkers after the black-eyed kids. Okay. So, now the skinwalkers apparently, I know she is. She has known me a long time. I'm tough, Les. You know it. I know. I know you're tough, but I know what's out there. You know? Besides, you weren't even supposed to be in China right now. You're supposed to be somewhere else. Now you can't even leave. See? You should have came here when I said to come. You should have come over here. Been my wife. There you go. But no. You had to turn all this down. Wear your mask, Megan. Fresh one every time. True, I'm stuck. Yeah, you are. Turned all this down. I feel sorry for you. Hey, Megan, let me ask you a question. Let's get your mind off of this. Is there any stories over there in China? Or you were in Thailand, or you're from South Africa. Is there any stories of cryptids? I'm curious about China. But there should be some in Thailand, you would think. Any kind of cryptid. Like skinwalkers, Bigfoot, Wendigos, the Chupacabra, the Jersey Devil, the Loch Ness Monster. I'm just curious. But for over here, keep occupado. Apparently the skinwalker. Ooh, name some. The skinwalker is, like I said, is from a Navajo tradition, and a skinwalker is actually a shaman that went evil. And in order to become a skinwalker, the Tokalash, what's that? I'm gonna have to check that out. Ooh, do a story on that one. So in order to become a skinwalker, because apparently originally the skinwalkers were not bad people. They were used, supposedly skinwalkers were used against the settlers. But apparently that didn't work out well. And so when they so-called lost, is how they put it, people became jealous and this and that, so they would hire these skinwalkers to do bad things to other people. But in order to become a skinwalker, though, because they became evil, they had to perform evil. Meaning they had to kill someone they truly, truly loved. And the reason for that was to show that they were devoting their life to no good, basically. And so the shaman would do that. And they would have the head of a deer, legs of a deer, torso of a human. They would have hands with claws. They can change from a coyote, an owl. But whatever they kill, this is why they're called skinwalkers. Whatever they kill, they take their skin and they can transform into that creature, except for the fact that they can never 100% duplicate that creature. Like if they turn into a coyote, they will never have a tail. They never have tails. They can't speak normally. And the more powerful they get, then they can do the humans. They can look like other humans. And do bad things. Let's see what Megan says. The Tokolash, also called the Tukulashi or Healy, is a small unknown animal appearing in Zulu mythology. This primate-like creature inhabits the nations of South Africa and Lesotho. It is said to be fast and somewhat ghost-like. It supposedly loves curdled milk. Its violent nature has put fear into locals. Reports claim that the Tokolash will try to choke their victims. It is supposedly withered and gray and has long bony fingers. It has a hole in its head and is small. Another explanation is that the Tokolash resembles a zombie, poltergeist, or gremlin created by South African shamans who have been offended by someone. Dear Lord, Megan, don't want to meet Big T. Nope. Damn. Remind me not to piss anyone off. Dag. In some areas, you can't even mention its name. That's the same way with the native lore, the Navajo lore. To speak of a skinwalker is to summon it. They will call it S, if they must speak about it. The Tokolash may also wander, causing mischief wherever it goes, particularly to school children. Other details include its gremlin-like appearance and gouged-out eyes. Damn. I don't want to run into anything that has gouged-out eyes. The Tokolashi, according to the Zulu shaman Credo Mutwa, has been known to take on many forms. One form is as described above, but others have portrayed the Tokolashi as being a bear-like humanoid. Wow. Wow. Well. Do you think it really exists, Megan? Told you, Les, tropical warm places breed weird. China is not tropical. Oh, no, that's in South Africa. Yeah. Yeah. Some Zulu people and other southern African tribes are still superstitious when it comes to things like the supposedly fictional Tokoloshi, a hairy creature created by a wizard to harm his enemies. Also known to rape women and bite off sleeping people's toes. People put their beds on bricks to make it higher. Damn. I don't want to bite my toes. Mm-mm-mm. Megan doesn't believe in it. Just the idea somebody might be biting off my toes pisses me off. Were you there, Megan? Megan's from there. Megan is originally from South Africa. Then she went to Thailand. Now she's in China. And she's got this fucked up accent. Just messing. Just messing. Yeah, she got that cute little accent going. How come I can never find my chapstick when I need it? That's what I want to know. She's a traveler. That's probably a good thing. Don't believe. I believe it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Megan is a traveler. Don't be traveling over here just yet. Nope, nope, nope. Mm-mm-mm. My boss just messaged me asking me if I'm okay. I said I'm worried and she replied, just stay at home. All Chinese people will fight together. Don't worry. Aww. That's so sweet. I was going to ask you if they closed the schools down. If you guys don't know, Megan is a teacher and she is in China teaching. Now you have to get cleared at airport if your plane came from China. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! They have shut down everything. Hope you still get paid, or else you ain't gonna have a home. I'm stressed, not gonna lie. I bet you are. No work, no pay, Les. That's what I was figuring. Jeez, how do they expect people to live? Everything's shut down. But then again, now Megan, I have a question. Do you know how this virus started? Does anybody know? Well, how did it start? Exactly. What the hell? Nobody expected this to happen. Nick News Network. Hello, Batsuit. From a market in Wuhan, they suspect from bats. Jeez, I heard that the origin is believed to be one of the open-air markets in Wuhan. Fish market selling bats and snakes. Ugh. I know they were saying don't eat anything that's an animal. Don't eat no animals of any kind. To say that a woman ate an infected bat. You know, people in China gotta get a better diet. For real, for real. Don't eat bats. No, no. Fish market selling bats and snakes? Meg's like, gross, I know. Yeah, no. No. If I traveled the world, I'd have to take protein bars with me. For real. For real, for real. You made me laugh out loud. Why anyone would want to eat a rodent is anyone's guess. Yeah, they need a better diet. They need to come over here and say, look, there's a reason why we have a USDA, let alone a flying one. Tell me about. But aren't bats relatively easy to catch and rather meaty? That's probably why they're a popular food item in many areas. Not in Kane's world. What's the going rate for a bat? There are bats in the Midwest, but they're small. Equatorial bats are huge. Because it's warmer. Now, I believe bats have a right to live. I don't want to eat them. No. I'm sorry. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to eat any kind of beef or pork. Or chicken. I'm really thinking about not eating meat at all. Which I've done before. Warmer, see, that's big and weird. No, I just, no. Same way, I didn't touch eating insects in Thailand. Yeah, I'm not, no. But I'm getting to the point where I don't want any meat whatsoever. Dead serious. I don't know what meat's cloned, what meat's not. I don't think you should be eating cloned meat. I saw a YouTube video that showed a man gutting roasted bats at a market. It almost looked like he could do it in his sleep. Oh my god. I'll stick to chicken, fish, beef, and lamb, and pork. Well, I don't eat lamb. I only like some pork. I like some fish. Like some chicken. And like some beef. So, what do you eat out there, Megan? McDonald's. Sarah says, I can't be vegetarian. I'm not properly nourished without meat. I've actually went without eating meat. It was not hard for me at all. Megan says, but I eat the above. I just said, but I don't eat much in general. Well, they got some freaky ass food in China. No fish, Megan. Come on, that was from a fish market. I would drop 100 pounds within a week in China. Dead serious. I also buy a lot of imported goods. You should see her. You should see their cans of Coke over there. I'm like, that's not Coke. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Look at the can. So my grocery bill is a lot higher than the average person here. Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah. No, I couldn't, no, I couldn't. Megan, did you see my new pet, Fluffy? Oh gosh, go. Isn't he cute? Look at him. He likes his belly tickled. See, he's laughing. Lysol. I've lost 60 pounds since living in Asia. I would too. It's great for your diet. I'm not sure how I feel about that, Les. Calling Big T, Les. He can be the Tokoloshi. He is the ultimate cryptid. He can be that, Tokoloshi. He can be a werewolf. He can be a skinwalker. He can be any kind of cryptid you want. Chinese people mostly eat vegetables, to be honest. Well, apparently some don't. And that's why they said... Literally, I was on a channel and... they had the translations from Chinese or Mandarin, whatever. Mandarin to to American said, don't eat any meat. Stay away from animals. I bet that lady won't buy another bat. You have some areas where they eat weird shit, but that's not everywhere. Look, I'm telling you. I don't care where you go in Asia. My mom's been to Japan, China, Malaysia, somewhere else. They eat weird shit. She lived? Megan said she did. But she won't eat bat again. Hell, I went to Dairy Queen one time, got sick off of their hot dogs. I didn't eat hot dogs for 4 years. How old was she? Sarah says, and they say the same thing about people in the US. Oh, I know they do. But I tell you what, every exchange students we ever had, they say the same thing about our food, and by the time they leave, they love our food. They're like, man. But the way they cook here is very healthy. Steamed, boiled, etc. Same here. I don't like fried. I especially do not like my meat. I'm not a fried meat person. Don't know. I'll boil it, bake it, but will not fry it. Except for hamburgers. Hardly fatty. Yeah, we're talking about getting a half of beef. They drink all sorts of teas. They live forever. Yeah, they do. They truly do. So this virus is airborne or ingested? Both. Wow, that's dangerous. They have told us to make sure our food is cooked well. Was that a stupid question? No, it wasn't. No, it was not a stupid question. The only stupid questions out there is one that's not asked. That's what my dad always taught me. Mm-mm. No, you're welcome to this, Jay. Megan's got a new baby kitty. Oh, little kitty. Another British short hair. Oh. I tell you what, my mom's cat acts like a freaking dog. Mom told my dad, I guess Bo was doing something. Um, I forget what Mom said he was doing. And my dad said, "Did you see that?" And Mom looked at him and said, "Les says he's a dog in drag." Oh, Sarah wants you to give it a pet for her. Shadow and Rain. She is 2 months old. Oh. I tell you what though, my mom and dad's cat, jeez, cow, he is a dog in drag. I'm like, he comes when called. Bo. He comes over. Shadow is now 6 months old. Yay. Well, I'd like to get a dog. I really would. I want one of those dogs that you can just like fits in your hand when it's full grown. Just set it on the table or the counter. I want to send you a picture of her. Where? WhatsApp? Yeah, send it to me on WhatsApp. What time is it in China? It's in the middle of the afternoon there. Was it 3:30 where you're at in the afternoon? Something like that. Well, 3:40, whatever. Dang. Liz, do you still keep in touch with Slot Bandito? I need to contact her. I haven't contacted her in a while. And that's funny because she literally lives basically down the street from me. Okay. When I get to my phone ain't even in this room. When I get to my phone, I'll go look. Yeah, I gotta get a hold of Slot Bandito because she said she'd come on with me. I told her she's more welcome over here and stuff, and she said, yeah, that'd be cool. And talk about stuff and get Joe, and Joe's been a busy boy. And do a mukbang and talk. I tell you what, my little Fluffy up there looks like he's just pasted onto that green screen, doesn't he? Wow. Haha. So, but you guys, I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to wear down. I need to end this sucker. We'll have total cryptid night one night. Topic nights. Joe, gosh, blast from back. I first came to your channel. Joe, Katie, yeah. Good night, Leslie. Had a great chat with all of you. Same here. I have to run for now. Need to fix my fish tank. Okay, Les, sleep well. It was so good to see ya. Maybe when the news wire isn't so busy. Sleep well, Les. AC Nomad, hello. Megan, stay safe and healthy and keep us all posted. Yes. I want to thank everyone for coming in. I want to thank everyone who participated. I want to thank everyone who was listening. I really appreciate it. And I'll be coming on more regular now since things have started to calm down around here. Like I said earlier, I think I got my house. Now we're doing things to the house. So things are going to be, I'll be in the kitchen probably. A lot. We're doing a lot of inside stuff. So, you know, you'll see me everywhere. And I hope, you know, lovely and all. Dar! Hello. So, I hope everybody has a great night and a great day tomorrow. And we'll talk later. Bye.